Who's out there? Anybody out there? Or is it just me chatting to myself? Live chat. There we go. All right, welcome back on a Friday. Bit of a late start here. Had to wrap up everything, and then had some computer issues that weren't playing nicely, so this table's dirty. We'll clean up a little bit here. Anyway, so I'm talking to myself here. I think I am. I think I'm talking to myself at the moment. Anyway, adjust that tie clip a little bit there. There we go. Okay, cool. Hey, CB, how's it going there? Proud Neanderthal, welcome back. It's kind of quiet in here today, a lot quieter than it has been. What is no? What is no? What does that mean, no? What is no? Can somebody elaborate there? Proud Neanderthal, why are you saying no? What's no? All caps, I get a no. What's that all about? Oh, you want to be first. Okay. Sorry. Somebody's got to be first. Welcome to everybody out there. So, all right. I'm not going to start with South Africa. I'm going to start my news with the United States because some interesting developments here in the United States. Now, I lost a lot of my news. It's just gone. It's just gone. But anyway, so we'll start with that. I did order something. I hope you all don't mind if I snack when the food comes. It should be coming here in a little bit. There's no one else here, so my food should come pretty quickly. Anyway. Oh, there you go. Well, yeah, again, my schedule goes back to, well, not a normal schedule, but a little bit better next week. So I've been busy doing consulting, so that's wrapping up now. And got to finish all that stuff up. So anyway, welcome back to the program, folks. So Donald Trump has 90 days to fix these bilateral trade agreements with a whole bunch of countries, and the financial markets apparently aren't buying it. He and his advisors said the plan all along was to scare the bejesus out of the world by announcing astronomically high tariffs so that countries would come to the bargaining table. That's what I said. Now that's what they're claiming. With the exception of China, they want to back away from most punishing trade barriers, but they want to punish China. But his 90-day pause on reciprocal tariffs, which CNN claims were never reciprocal, no, they weren't. They gave us still a disadvantage. I mean, when the artificial tariffs and the actual tariffs in South Africa were combined, that's 60% roughly, and we only charged 30%. So no, it wasn't reciprocal. We were giving people a break. CNN claims that financial markets aren't buying it. Stocks have whipsawed back and forth as volatility has spiked. And other markets, including oil, bonds, and dollar, sending a clear message of deep skepticism. Well, it doesn't really matter if Donald Trump pulls this off with, Christmas Island, or with Easter Island, or with Lesotho. It really matters whether he pulls it off with China, Europe, Canada, Mexico. That's what really matters here. Yes, Psycho Billy, American pastor, was kidnapped from a church. He was in a township in Port Elizabeth, and he was kidnapped. Yep, and that was last night. Last he was seen was at 7 p.m. Somebody's child's running around out here. There's a parent with them. The little girl must be like 4 years old. Wandering around by herself out there. How does this guy know when I'm here? He always wanders in here. No matter what time I come here, he comes in here. Maybe he spends all his time in here. Anyway. Yeah, so insubordination. This is a tie clip. It's a gift from one of the officers, the generals that was here at the event. So I won't disclose here what it is. I'll tell you later on. If you can figure that out, that's great for you, but it's a tie clip from a general officer from one of the countries. But I'll tell you it sometime later. I won't disclose it here. But it's not South Africa. No, not South Africa. Yeah, it is very nice. Very nice gift. So, do appreciate it. It's very kind of the general giving it to me. Yeah, so insubordination leads to loss of command. So, J.D. Vance recently went to Greenland, and after he left, the commander there decided that she was going to... Thank you very much.
You're welcome, sir.
Ooh, yeah, check it out. Hey, check this out, folks. That's my lunch. Look at that. Club sandwich. That's pretty good, huh? Yeah, so she decided she was going to lip off. So she went on social media and says, I don't know what the vice president's saying, but it doesn't reflect the policy of our base. You don't do that. Nope. Colonel Susanna Myers, former commander of Pidifik Space Base, was removed from command by Colonel Kenneth Walk, commander of Space Base Delta 1, on April 10th, for a loss of confidence in her ability to lead. Yeah, because she was running her mouth on social media. Commanders expected to hear the highest standards of conduct, especially as it relates to remaining nonpartisan in performance of their duties. She didn't remain nonpartisan. She got political. Yep, she got political. So CNN reports U.S. That was from the press release. Came from Space Force. So CNN reports the U.S. announced it removed the commander of the space base in Greenland on Thursday because of the loss of confidence in her ability to lead after Vice President J.D. Vance's visit last month. Actions to undermine the chain of command or subvert President Trump's agenda will not be tolerated by the Department of Defense, said Pentagon spokesman Sean Parnell. Yeah. It was Greg Todd's birthday. Happy birthday. Yeah, so she went onto X and posted some nonsense undermining the chain of command. Just another woke idiot who rose to the rank of 06. Well, Clarence, I disagree with your assessment there. I've lived all over Africa, and I can see people can lead just perfectly fine. Yeah, the club sandwich looks fantastic. It's tasty, too. So she's been sacked. How do these woke idiots rise to the ranks of the military? Well, I'll tell you, a lot more people like that than you realize. The small plane has crashed in Boca Raton, Florida. Federal Aviation Administration and National Transportation Safety Board will investigate a small plane crash in a busy street that erupted like a fireball. 3 people were on board the twin-engine Cessna 310 when it crashed, according to the FAA, Federal Aviation Administration. No disclosure of their condition. I don't imagine they survived. It was horrible looking. Took off from Boca Raton about 10:20. Was headed to Tallahassee, Florida. We're deeply saddened to confirm that a plane crash occurred earlier today within our community, said Boca Raton Mayor Scott Singer. Thoughts with all those affected by this tragic event. Ask for patience and respect for the families involved as the investigation continues. Wow. What's with all the compliments? Everybody's being very nice to me today. What's going on? Something happened? Thank you. I'm not complaining, just puzzled. It is a good question. What's with all the plane crashes, Lindy? I'm with you on that one. I'm starting to get a little concerned myself. Hey, let's go. So Rotten Pumpkin has a birthday too. Happy birthday to you.
Yeah, I mean,
It's gonna be all borrow $20. What are you talking about? Well, everybody's happy because it's the weekend, huh?
how's everything going?
Jair Bolsonaro has been hospitalized with abdominal pain in Brazil. Story about leadership. Oh, you guys are happy because I'm finally eating. It was only my second lunch in 2 weeks. Somebody said, you're respecting gives so much to all of us when we come. Well, thank you very much. Unfortunately, a lot of nasty people out there.
Next week, maybe Sunday. Yeah.
Playing some games, okay? What's the Minister of Water and Sanitation do now? So Bolsonaro has been hospitalized with abdominal pain. Former president of Brazil, who had election stolen from, He's been hospitalized after experiencing severe abdominal pain. You know, his father, Carlos Bolsonaro, said his father was assessed for adhesions to the area of his abdomen where he was stabbed back in 2018 and was sedated for tests in a hospital in Santa Cruz. He's now awake and lucid and being flown by helicopter to a hospital with more resources in Natal. They've got their own Natal, the capital of Brazil's northeastern state of Rio Grande del Norte. So that's what happened. Jair Bolsonaro. Interesting there. OER's, you were a colonel, human, Purple Heart. Thank you for that kind word. Yeah, so it's Friday. My apologies for coming late, folks, but I had other things I had to take care of, so I managed to get those done. Here I am now. Bacon, eggs, and toast. Well, I haven't had a club sandwich in a long time. Hey, somebody in Parliament mentioned me. It's kind of a cardinal rule. Never eat on air, but apologies for that, folks. So, the Social Research Foundation, Franz Crony's organization. What's the news on Western Front? Which Western Front? So, Franz Crony's organization, Social Research Foundation, I did have one of the pollsters on here. They did a poll, and if there was a vote of no confidence against Cyril Ramaphosa, which is not impossible, the ANC would be obliterated. According to this, if Cyril's not there in Parliament, the ANC would garner just 20% of the votes, less than the DA. Wow. There's an awful lot of chat that's right on the edge of being spanked today. It is a crazy stat about the ANC. No, you didn't miss the live stream. I'm just late today because I'm busy working. Hey, Army, what's going on? So, you're never going to guess what song has been stuck in my head all morning. Everywhere I go. What song do you think is stuck in my head? No onions. That's right, fried Wookiee. No, fried Wookiees. All morning long. I can't focus. Every time I start to think of something, it's like, did you play Brookies? It's an earworm, man. I've got Brookies stuck in my head all morning long. Club sandwich. Shabbat shalom. It is Friday. Oh, these are, I mentioned it because they're kind of like Brookies. They're not quite Brookies. They're club sandwich, but yeah, I've had that Brookie song stuck in my head all morning long. It's like an earworm. It is why I got the club sandwich, because the Brookie was in my head.
What's that?
Food's excellent. Well, easy way to join a Telegram group is just go there and join it. If one of the mods could put the link to the Telegram group in there, I assume you were talking about the one for refugees. Someone could put that in, I appreciate it.
So they break out.
I thought Ramaphosa doesn't listen to business. Now he wants to change rules.
Yeah. You can see. No. Oh, yeah. Yeah. So far.
Well, zombies want to get stuck in people's heads too. Can one of the mods put the link in there, please, for the Telegram group? Or somebody that's in the Telegram?
I didn't know it was a second. He did. I must have been.
I wouldn't worry about the marshal around you by the EFF. Baby, if you've ever wondered whatever became of me. I'm living on the air in Cincinnati, WKRP. Get tired of packing, and I'm back in town to town, up and down the dial.
I don't know. Between this and I got a DVD something. Well, I just got that on 16. Wow.
WKP was an awesome show. I still love the turkey drop. Wes Nessman. What is this? South coughed up 139 million to feed President Ramaphosa and his entourage aboard his presidency. Wow, that's a lot of money. No, I can't share the link. I'm on a mobile phone. I don't have the ability to share the link. I can't chat here. Dr. Johnny Fever, yep. Oh yeah, if the DA does leave, that's why they can't afford to have the DA leave. Because we get no confidence it'll be out. Let's look into that refugee offer. Well, thank you for that, Glenn. There's a super chat from Het. You see the post is up? Yes, I mentioned that. You must have tuned in late. Yep. He's kidnapped in Port Elizabeth from a township to give me a service. Apparently his wife and kids were in the church, but they only took him. No update. China's asking for 250% tariff. What? I didn't see that. Andy Cakes. Oh, there's the guy. That's his daughter. Okay. Andy K. Thank you for the 39 rand super chat. You know, last I saw was 125 from China. China's playing a foolish game. China's in very desperate financial straits. Trump can do what he wants, but it would be real impingement on South Africa's sovereignty if we were to do that. So I really don't think Trump will do that. We sent a SEAL team in to rescue an American kidnapped in Niger a few years ago, December of 2020. He was kidnapped in Niger and was across the border in Nigeria. We coordinated with the Nigerians, and our SEAL team went in and rescued him. Well, we call them potato chips, but you call them crisp. Is there any frickin' mods here? Could somebody please share the link from the Telegram group? Lord, I'm starting to get annoyed here. Yeah, China is in deep, deep trouble. You don't call them chips. South Africans call them crisps. Unbelievable. No much. Well, I don't know who you are, so you're not going to be able to volunteer as a mod. Well, that's one of the groups, yeah. But the other is U.S. Refugee Program. I don't have the exact title. China No Mercy Patrol. Our people are getting murdered before they can start life, and you say, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? Who got murdered? No, the Brits call them crisps. Anyway, yeah, so the Brits call them crisps. It's not a lie, it's a fact. No, thank you, Case Garden. That's not the one though, but I don't have it. Maybe I can find. Hang on a second. Let me see if I can't get the name of it at least. Telegram. Hang on. Are we still here? Did I disappear? Oh, there's Hendo. Hey, Hendo. That's a YouTube. Hendo, put the link into the Telegram group for refugees, please. Thank you. There's a mod. Oh, Chris, I know. I don't get notifications either on my channel. So I just said crisp is an English thing. Thank you, Reg Dog. No, I was worried it might disappear like I did the other day. That'll be a shame with 500 people. Neuro Funk Battalion. Yeah, if the helicopter crashed in the Hudson was maybe in the same vicinity as the Airbus. Well, Mark, relatively speaking, it was the same vicinity. It's along the Hudson River, but not the same spot, no. Simba chips suck. Vilma just got a notification. Well, this wasn't announced. I mean, it's not surprising when you get a notification for this stream because it wasn't announced. It was a short notice one. No, Gordon, again, I don't always control the time. This is news about the 4 youths that murdered Taylor Becker and seriously assaulted his wife. I haven't seen that, Gerard. No, I haven't seen that. I haven't seen that at all. When did that happen? Last night? Oh, no, their chutney chips suck. Yeah, I saw the thing about the helicopter crash with the Penguins like a month ago. They were just giving an update. They determined the cause of the crash is they had a penguin in the helicopter in a box, and the box shifted and it hit the controls for the helicopter. And that was, I mean, what kind of morons do something like that? That's just stupid. Primal Board got a notification. Yeah, they won't go to Iranian. They don't have money for that. Choppers and various other really weird accidents happening with people dying is really weird. In some cases, rather suspicious. It's very suspicious wild boar prepper. Unsubscribe and resubscribe and put notifications on, but still don't get notifications. That's weird, Lindy. That's strange. I'm glad you found me, though. It's Doritos chili chip. Ooh, those are tasty. What about the pastor being kidnapped? No, there's no news. We've already covered. There's nothing new. Sorry. He worked to finalize a new trade deal with the U.S., bringing 90-day trade pair. We'll see. We'll see. No worries. No, nobody needs to apologize. Nobody's misbehaving. Only apologize if you've been rude. Ranch Johnson, that's why you like pineapple on pizza. Shame on you. Why? Because it's normal? What Telegram group? Well, we've got a bunch of groups on WhatsApp and Telegram, but most people are asking about the refugee group. The refugee group is a closed group. You have to get an invitation to it. You have to be request to get in. You get in, and then you don't get to comment. All you get to do is get fed, and the information comes in there. Otherwise, it gets out of control. Okay. Okay, 2023. Yeah, that's why I said that doesn't make any sense. That's old. Why are we talking about that now? There was no refugee offer in 2023. Or no, what's going on? Planetary. And also says creating a fellowship because college is broken. 16-year-olds in South Africa wanted to know if I could become part of the U.S. military as a refugee. Christopher Lucas, you can be a member of the U.S. military without being a refugee. Foreign nationals can join the U.S. military, which is not very easy, but you have to meet the minimum age requirements, which is 17 with both parental consent. So you can't join as a 16-year-old. You could join as a 17 with both parents' consent. And you can join as an 18 of your own volition, but you have to qualify. The height, weight standards are very serious. You know, there's lots of things. So. Beef lays. I don't like those either. Seems like there's a slot in his mind today. A lot of whose mind, man? There's 369 likes. Your browser's just not up to date, or your phone isn't. Are you looking at your phone? So make sure your phone settings. So to put YouTube notifications. So Bobbers now confiscating white farmers. Yeah, no, Beverly, they paid 1% out, so I wouldn't call that compensation. I don't know who government is sending. I don't know this South Africa sent anyone. Korea, Japan, India already have teams in D.C. South Africa has nobody there. I don't think they're going to send anybody. To be honest, they're going to send a team that's not going to accomplish anything. Posting his war crimes on X. Well, there are no war crimes. So I don't know what you're talking about. This insidious, whatever the hell you are, animus and anti-Mason. Hey, take care. There are no war crimes. You can just make shit up all you want. It doesn't make it true. So there's your troll. Yes, Johan Pratt, you're late. We've covered the airplane crash 3 separate times in this broadcast already in just 28 minutes. What's the maximum age for joining this military as a foreign national? Well, the service is different, but usually it's around 34 years old, not for foreign national, for anybody. Is there an age limit if you want to college? No, people go to university at any age. There's no age limit. There's nothing to do with being a refugee. I don't know what that is. That's not my account. U.S. refugee admin. Hendo, do you have the refugee group? People, it's getting very frustrating. People keep asking for it. I'm just going to stop reading people's posts here a minute. Who spoke about U.S. military requirements? Well, I'm biased. I served in the Army, so the Army's the best. Although I think Space Command would be, Space Force would be interesting. If they announce a program of money, which platform we announce it first? Probably on YouTube. It's the most flexible one I can use. Who said only white farmers can apply? What professor are you talking about, Amanda Cooper? You talking about the refugee program? That's a lie. There's no mention. In fact, I told Reuters that when it was interviewed yesterday about this. That's what lies. There's nothing in the executive order that says anything about white or farmer. Not anything there. In fact, from the way the executive order is written, it's pretty clear that we're talking about anyone who's been discriminated against. $20 trillion exceeding UK, Norway, Switzerland, Luxembourg. Well, the European Union's economy, excluding UK and Norway, 20 trillion. Yeah, so it's only 2/3 the size of the U.S. economy, and they've got double the population, 750 million people in Europe, and we've got half that population, and our GDP's 50% larger. Yeah. Guns are, well, relatively expensive. It depends what you want. You know, you can get lots of things. I see the troll got eliminated, okay. I have no idea what you're talking about there, David. Whether we like it or not will be yet again determined by either the UKSA. Okay, well, we've never determined your fate, so I don't know what you're putting that crap on us for, so. This American pastor kept, it's true, Eugene. Came to the U.S. on diversity visa and joined the U.S. Army at the age of 41. You can't join the Army at 41. It's impossible. What Army did you join? The U.S. Army doesn't allow people to join 41. That's impossible. How did you join the U.S. Army at 41? Who gave you a waiver? And what rank did you come in at? Were you a direct commission as a dentist or something like that? Story about 6 atomic bombs. They were disassembled. Yes, I played rugby. I was a left wing. Well, Glenn Murray, I also have a rugby channel. I do play-by-play and color commentary of Springbok Test matches, Eagles Test matches, Rugby World Cup, Six Nations, URC, Curry Cup. Yep. Now you're telling me it's 28 trillion. Somebody said it was 20 trillion earlier. You guys need to make up your mind. When do you think Trump will further communicate? Look, guys, I don't know. It's not a priority. He's got these tariffs to worry about right now. Telegram, my laptop, you can link. 10 people already joined since. Okay, cool. Oh, Henry did share the link. Okay, I missed that. My apologies. Yes, my goodness, people pop in late here. Of course, we've heard about the past. We've talked about it 4 times now. Rick did a question and answer on Americanas. Spoke about requirements. So that doesn't help me out. Pilot Rick spoke last night on our time at 8 military and aviation careers. Ronaldo is high on his show. You mean he's like high as in smoking weed, edibles? Steve says, all minorities have been persecuted. Well, I'm the one that keeps saying that. Salvation Army. Okay. If we take the FSF's plans to march on Iran, yeah, consideration, how does it impact? I don't think you need to worry about that. Oh, I misunderstood what he said. He said from the age of 21, retire at 17. Okay, well, that's different than the gentleman what are we talking about? The gentleman here said he served 21 years in SADF and then he joined the U.S. military at the age of 41. That's what I was talking about. If you, age 17, that doesn't make any sense either. Was that when he served? maybe his case, but you join the Army at 17, you retire at 37. It's 20 years, not 41. My smart TV and phone most important. Thank you for that, NDK. Yeah, only Zelensky takes people over 40. He said that, do you think Saudi will do anything to fix the tariffs? I don't think they will. I'm not convinced that they'll send anyone over to, Yeah, folks, please join my rugby channel. That's at Rugby Ascendant. Figured Trump got a lot on his plate. Yeah, there's a lot going on. But it is Friends and Family Only Friday. And Mark Garcia coming in with late news there. Memorable Order of the 10 Hats. Yeah. What we should be focused on at the moment is the American pastor is kidnapped. Well, that's for the police to focus on. No, I don't need a gardener. yeah. You had a reply in your post today that you're not patriotic. Your loyalty is with USA and Europe. The person had a Kenyan surname and his Facebook shows he's in Denver, Colorado. Just another racist. Ignore him. Oh my goodness, you guys, I can't keep covering the same news story over and over again because you show up late. Well, your brother-in-law can live there, but he can't sponsor you to come to the States as an immigrant. It doesn't work like that. He can offer to be a sponsor if you're a refugee in the refugee program, but he can't sponsor you coming to the States. It doesn't work like that. HDK, or NDK, 40 Rand Super Chat, thank you for that. My Telegram is blowing up. People must be joining. I saw on News 24 that Chris is live. That's funny. BE partner Robin and Blind. Yep. There's a reason I do the U.S. and South African news. Dion Lavascotty says, thank you, happy to be back. Okay. Real Endersby, thank you for that. You're a newbie, huh? 100 Rand, thank you. Yeah, Trump usually pulls something on Friday. Cattle prices, no, I didn't see that. Yeah, Matthew Dixon's the only troll. Shows up. There have been trolls over there before, though. Samsung S21 Ultra, one I've been using for about 4 or 5 years. According to the New York Times, U.S. officials are anticipated to present long-term resettlement plans by mid-April. Yeah, I suspect they're credible because someone is breaking law. Someone in the Department of State disclosed information to them for that report, which appears to be accurate. So, yeah, by mid-April. So we'll see. Sorry for the bad jokes. Just want to lighten. No, I didn't see any bad jokes. You're fine. Our dog vaccinated against rabies. Okay. Huh. Who can sponsor what way? Well, no one can sponsor anybody. The only people that get sponsored are these freaking idiotic diversity lottery winners that get sponsored chain migration. As Americans, we can't sponsor people to come here. It doesn't work like that. As a military person working in the embassy, I couldn't sponsor people to come here. The only people I could sponsor for visas are people on official travel. Yeah, it doesn't work like that. People don't know what they're talking about. That's not a political, it's not a, and it's not a stupid question. It's a fair question to ask, Glenn Murray. It's not a stupid question, and it's not political either. Immigration is not a political issue. It's being turned into a political issue, but immigration is simply a civil issue. Case not been mentioned apparently in America. Yep, only. Are you all just trolling now with that we've done a million times to talk about that, Pastor? Senator Warren has asked the Securities Exchange Commission to investigate whether President Trump violated securities laws while reversing course in global tariffs. He didn't violate any securities laws. What we need to investigate is whether Elizabeth Warren has violated securities exchange with insider trading. That's what we need to investigate, is her. Hey, Charmaine, what's going on? What is Fort Knox and what do they have in common? I have no idea, Yellow Tapper. What do they have in common? Thanks for a great channel. Regards from KZN and Bush. Well, thank you for that, Craig Douglas Marlins. Heart from her. Was it Martins or Marlins? Yeah, Lesotho already has the Starlink, if I'm not mistaken. Tariffs a 90-day hold. What is the reasoning about that? No, that's okay, Dion Lubbock. I didn't really talk about it. So the tariffs, the 90-day hold, is because Trump got exactly what he wanted. So I predicted this before it happened. I said Trump, when he puts these tariffs on, it's to get people to come to the negotiating table. Well, he went over the top and to get people to come to the negotiating table. And so it worked. But the media doesn't see it that way. They say that Trump is chickening out and backing down. Well, I don't think so. What the hell is that? I think somebody's watching a movie or something. Clued up with animals and humans, says Glenn. No worries, Glenn. Hey, Clive, you're in Bulawayo. Wow, man, I haven't been to Bulawayo in 20 years. At least 20 years since I've been to Bulawayo. Response be if civil war breaks down Saturday. Well, that's a good question. What will the response be? I don't know. You like that? You like that tie clip? Both have very valuable contents and not been audited in over 30 years. That's probably true, yo. Okay. Didn't go so well for Waltz and the veterans. What are you talking about, Neil Paul Goodyear? Tim Waltz? Anyway, yeah, so let me go into this story here. No Civil War, Western Cape Independence says, well, we'll see. How's your day going? Well, it's going pretty well. Sound coming from that movie. Yeah. Yeah, the dire wolf de-extinction is interesting. Let's see how long they last. All the sheep didn't last long. She had genetic defects. You bring the fire, I've got the hose. So the Social Research Foundation report investigated the potential political state of play if there were to be a successful motion of no confidence against Ramaphosa. If he were removed through motion of no confidence, a snap election held after that, in which the ANC would claim just 20% of the vote. Wow, this is according to the Social Research Foundation. So last May, they got 40.18%, and I predicted them in 2021 they get between 38 and 42, so I was spot on there. So the data indicates that without Ramaphosa as the leader, the ANC would sit just above 20%, placing it the second largest party behind the Democratic Alliance. And the DA, the EFF, and MK would all get moderate boost from Ramaphosa being removed, but the biggest growth would be among the free agents like the Patriotic Alliance and others. What is this been in KZN? What? Sorry you got a bad signal there, Tracy. Good to see you're here, though. In KZN is a four-tracker family since 1836. You can see our ancestral farmstead from our farmhouse in the Peter Rentsburg area. Okay, you're listening to Jackal right now. What is Jackal? 2 weeks must have been very tiring. Yeah, it has been very tiring. Some nights you don't even sleep because of the sorting of taxes. The taxes are done, though, Lindy. Taxes are done. They're submitted. Aha, the guy moved. Yeah, took his noise over there. So, yeah, the taxes are done. This project will be done today, so that's 2 things off my plate, both of which get me money. I get a little bit of money back for my taxes I overpaid. So I get a little bit of money back from that. I'll get paid for this work here, so that's good. Money always helps pay the bills. And then my next project starts tomorrow morning. So I'll be working on the project over the weekend. And if it goes well, I'll let you know about it either Sunday or Monday. So I'll post that Musk has only a few days left to serve. Is this true? I know Musk did say, if I recall. Yes, he gets like 120 days. Yeah, well, because there's a special category for how Trump's appointed him. They're allowed to be there for 120 days. So that's 4 months. So he's still got time left. January 20th, February, March, April. He's got till May 20th, roughly. So will some party be prepared to hold a vote of no confidence? Well, I mean, the DA's got to walk away from the coalition. That's what's going to happen. Okay. Audit and legal practice. Oh, that's nauseating. full moon bride, peri-peri chicken, and lekker sterling steak. Wow. Okay, that sounds interesting, Steve. Marike, welcome to you. Oh my goodness, I did not see that. Van just gave 3,500 Rand. Pay one bill on me and maybe a coffee if there's change. Thanks for your time. Well, you're very welcome, Van. Thank you so much. Wow, I didn't see that. Can we give it up, folks? Some hearts and some likes for that? There you go. Yeah, you guys comment on that super chat. It's amazing. Thank you for 3,500 Rand, man. That's awesome. The weekend project. I hope all goes according to plan. Remember, get some rest while you're working. Yeah, no, I'm going to get some rest for sure on this project. We all almost have 500 likes. That's cool. DA voters on something radar. What that is. Brookies. No Brookies. Glenn says, thank you for everything. I look forward to your next live stream. Okay, well, there'll be some videos prepared for this weekend. I'll put them together. Rubber mallets, or is your grass soft enough? I'm sorry, Ray John. And nothing but crew-serve weapons and fences around my property now. I built a wall. Stay out. Gate Men's. Yeah, I heard somebody said he wants a meeting with Roger Goodell. Why? Why does he want to meet with him? Yeah, that's a nice donation. Colonel Chris, I asked before, but no answer. The tulips, is it from the farmers close to your town? Yeah, I did ever see your question there, Adele. I'm sorry. Yeah, well, it's from a outdoor store nearby. Stouffer's. They're all over. It's a chain, but they grow them here in Pennsylvania. Yep. Discuss the possible vote of no confidence. Well, sure, Chris. All it would take is somebody to propose a vote of no confidence in the parliament, and they vote. And if Ramaphosa loses, then he's out. He needs 201 votes to stay. So he doesn't have those votes right now. He's lost he could lose the DA. Hey, Fiona, what's going on? I'm trying my luck with the DV program for 18 years without a win. Well, several friends and family with kids hit the jackpot on their first try. No, it's just coincidence. I would recommend the refugee program. Give it a shot when it comes out. Van the man, there you go. Really great. Well, okay, John Smith, I'm glad that you got the info. Talk about Paul Mashatile as president. No, that ain't gonna happen. Phil Craig nominated for Nobel Prize. Yeah, I think that's a joke. What else is on here? Yeah, anyone can ask for a vote of no confidence in Parliament. That's correct. There's a process, but anyone can do it. Going to Keukenhof later in the month. Oh, yeah. Yeah, Keukenhof is beautiful. Yeah, we covered the missionary. John went to the embassy today to start the process, was turned around at the entrance by local security, which is suspected. What had been strange for the information given to our group. I don't know what you're talking about, John. Why would you go to the assembly to start what process? You don't go to the embassy unless you have an appointment. You don't go to the U.S. Embassy unless you have an appointment. It just doesn't work like that. Yeah, I will probably have a broadcast at midnight, yep. Hey, Harold. Yeah, he is a puppet. Okay, so this result is further evidence of the importance of Sir Ramaphosa's presence in the ANC and maintaining that party's support levels. An interesting question is therefore raised as to what effect the loss of Ramaphosa's leadership will have after the 2027 elective conference. Yep, what happens to the ANC then? Private message, when you have time, look for it, says Gina, okay? What was my most memorable moment in South Africa? Gosh, I don't know. Had a lot of them. I don't know. I have to think hard about that. We think we've since sent an email to the State Department. So, John, did you just go to the embassy trying to ask about it? You can't do that. Okay. What about Leon Schreiber? What do you think? Yeah, it sounds like he's done pretty well. Working really hard. Not so sure that Dion George is accomplishing the same, or that John Steenhuisen is accomplishing much in agriculture. The data report comes from a survey of 1,004 demographically and geographically representative registered voters conducted by the foundation in February, with a margin error of 4%. It stated the data reveals that around 55% of all South African voters believe that Ramaphosa should have resigned after the May 2024 elections. Wow. That's interesting in itself. That's interesting. NBC phone lines are out of order. They're doing all Zoom teams, possible sabotage. I don't know anything about whether the phone lines are out of order. The phone lines are probably out of order because I've never walked up to Table Mountain, but I've been on Table Mountain a few times. Yep. Took the cable car up each time. Yeah, I did a video about setup being used last night. That's a dumb idea. It's a dumb idea. So Hendo is sharing other groups out there. So that one is, I don't know, is it a Telegram? That's a WhatsApp group, yeah. So we have WhatsApp groups, we have Telegram groups. Yeah, look at all the memberships. What memberships? I haven't seen any memberships yet. Anyway, I see we got some trolls on here. Good job, Hendo, taking them out. I can't see their messages, so I don't know what they're, you know, these people who are showing up here that are trolling this channel, you are pathetic, useless waste of semen, and whoever fathered you should be, you know, charged with committing a crime against humanity for producing such a vile, repulsive human being. Those who raised you also ought to be horsewhipped for the way they raised you, because you have no manners, no respect for others. So you can just fuck off, foot sec, piss off, take it on the arches, and take your trolling elsewhere. I don't know about that. Afghan refugee bill's going to pass. Why would Trump take over Iceland? It's a member of NATO. Paul Van gave 50 memberships. Well, it doesn't show up here. I didn't see that, Corey. Thank you. I didn't see that. It didn't show up here at all. One must prove that the tracks must be proved. What? That tracks must be proven. I don't know what you're talking about, Retha. Are you asking if you have to prove if you've been attacked racially? It depends on how this goes. I mean, it doesn't, you know, according to the executive order, you won't have to. Of course, other people who are lawyers are trying to tell me that that's incorrect, but they're incorrect in my view. In my view, reading the executive order, Afrikaners has been designated as a special category of people, which make you a priority 2 case. If you're a priority 2 case, then you're a group like Jews or Armenians or homosexuals, and you don't have to prove that you're a victim of racial injustice. You wouldn't have to prove that you have a solid fear, because simply by identifying as part of that, you get it. So going to reshuffle the cabinet to take DA ministerial positions. Well, if the ANC reshuffles the cabinet and the DA loses positions, then that's the end of the governor of national unity. It's over. It's over. ANC must go yet. Be sure you have all the ducks in a row. Let's shove it. Return the cigarettes. No idea what you're talking about there. Is it safe to trade with Bitcoin now? As I thought it was a huge risk. Listen, Hazel Lee, Kachula Lottering. Yeah, look, I mean, crypto is speculation. You want to speculate, that's your business. I don't speculate. I don't invest in cryptocurrency. So maybe I've missed a fortune, but that's fine. I have no problem missing a fortune. So I'm not going to give any advice on investing in crypto. If you want to invest in it, that's on you. If you don't want to invest on it, that's on you. Nothing is safe. Nothing is 100% safe. It's working for my son, said they must vote ANC. Or yeah, that's because they've been brainwashed into believing that. So remember when I did the interview of the lady, the go-go up in Northwest in Rietvlei, and I said, can I ask you a question? She said, sure. I said, do you vote? She goes, I vote every time. It's my civic responsibility. I said, that's fantastic. I agree. I also vote every single time in America. I said, do you mind if I ask who you vote for? She said, well, I vote for the ANC. Of course. I said, why? Because we're expected to. A bit of a skeptic about my new... Yeah, well, Oh, thank you for Fred, for the PayPal. I can't access it right now. I'll check it out later on, and I'll give you credit for that. No, the rand is not safe. The rand is in bad shape. South Africa's in bad shape. It's getting worse, too. It's getting worse. It's unfortunate. Unfortunate. You're caught in the headwinds of stupid political decisions by stupid politicians now. And not much you can do about it. And that really sucks for South Africans. The main problem with the ANC is all the factions fighting with one another for place. That's true. Passport and ID through the, what's that say? In 7 days. There you go. That's pretty good. BRIC surges Ramaphosa to appease Afrikaners, citing the possibility 99% of taxpayers leaving. Is that fake news? Pablo Charlie, you're making all kinds of headlines up there. Okay. There it is, the refugees group there. And to just put up the Telegram group. Moment with the exchange rate. If I sell my belongings, I can go with $100. Yeah, well, exchange rate's not looking pretty good. It's 20-1 now. So one more story in the news I'll give you guys. What's that hate trolls want? There you go. Pablo, you're always running headlines. I'm asking where you got it from. I didn't call Reuters anything. You didn't say it came from Reuters. You just put a headline in there that's implausible, and I asked you. House price would have dropped some of that, but it's going. Well, it depends where you're at. It's not going up in Sanson. It's going up in Cape Town. South African members of parliament saw no apartheid in Israel. Controversial secret trip sparks tension in the government unity. South African Friends of Israel group that organized a secret trip to Israel for the DA, the PA, and the African Christian Democratic Party. Delegation said the MPs will be able to confirm that there was no evidence of apartheid, and to contrary, Israel is a vibrant, progressive, multiracial society, which is what I've told you all along. Told you this all along. Arabs, Jews, Christians, Muslims all live and serve in the military, the police force, the judicial branches, everything. Delegation featured prominent figures including DA spokesperson for Justice Gladys Breitenbach and DA spokesperson for International Relations Emma Louise Pell, and former guest on this program. They were joined by fellow DA MPs Catherine Christie, Brigitte Masango, Nicholas Myberg, Leon Jacobs, and Bonginkosi Madikizela. Yep. All right, what else we got here? Culture of self-entitlement. That's for darn sure. That's for darn sure. But you're not alone. A lot of us got that stuff. A lot of us got it. So, about $82 more than, what's that? More than, there's no evidence from Reuters or any credible source reporting a statement. Yeah, exactly. Exactly, Virtual Western Cape. That's why I asked Pablo Charlie. You can't just come in and spew nonsense. You're going to get challenged for it. Well, Grok is not a good source either, but I believe it's right in this case. I mean, some things you just know are bullshit just by reading them, just by listening to them. Unfortunately, a lot of people listen to nonsense. They really do. It's a shame. Anyway, so that's reality here, folks. All right, so. All right, Pablo Charlie, you're going to get a timeout here. You're going to get a timeout. This nonsense you're running here. Okay? You've been warned. Why do people do things like that? Why do you play stupid games? You know, it's a serious conversation people are having. All over. Colonel, I think people are over this all fake news. Better to come listen to it. Yeah, well, I wish they would come here all along. Yeah, I think Pablo's high. I'm sitting in a bowling alley. Wish I could join your page, but for 5 years I've been employed. Jacques, you've already joined my page. You joined my page. You've got a subscription. You wouldn't be chatting. That's all I ask for, a subscription. You don't ask anybody for any money. I do appreciate it. It does help. And it makes the time that I spend worthwhile. You guys read ANC newsletter. So take on Ukraine, Russian, French, UK troops. I don't know what you mean by that. What is 10 pin? It's bowling, right? There's Hendo with the link to the Telegram group again. Here's Megan Choi. I never seen my name Megan Choi in here. There's no Megan Choi in here that I can see. No, there's been no updates on the helicopter crash, the wicked helicopter crash in Manhattan yesterday. Still almost 24 hours since it happened. My email to the Africana US book will come through. I don't know, Arno. I don't know. I have to look. Okay, thank you, Primal Borg. Now that's more helpful. What is my thought on French and UK troops being sent? I think they're idiots. I think they're absolute idiots. They're dragging their people into a war they can't win. Yep. Yeah, a bunch of random questions, a bunch of trolling going on too. I'm done teaching at the war college. This is it. Yeah, that helicopter crash was very sad. Thank you, Wildfire Prepper. No, Arno, I haven't seen it, so it doesn't mean I don't have it. You sent it to my Gmail account, that's probably there. Okay, I don't have a Megan Choi showing up, folks. Whoever Megan Choi is must be a troll because Megan Choi has blocked me from seeing her. Oh, okay. Okay, so someone just took down Megan Choi's comment. Okay. The final will never win anything. I'm trying to keep free speech alive. Been trying to do it the whole time. It's hard when you get censored, though. Why do you think Russia's not playing ball? Because they think they can outlast Trump. All the stuff going on. It's the bottom line with that. I think they can outlast him. 600 likes. Cool beans. Any love for Cape Secession reform? No, I stay neutral on Cape Secession. I cover it, I give them fair hearing, and I ask them legitimate questions, but I don't get involved in it. It's not my place. It's not my place. My opinion on Cape Secession doesn't matter anyway. Who really gives a flying flip what I've got to say about Cape Secession? I'm not a South African. I have no input in that matter, so, yep. So, Golden Lion loves Trump. Well, that's cool. Lots of people do. Lots of people love Trump. A lot of people hate him, too. I saw something which I haven't confirmed this morning talking about the U.S. going to deploy troops to Panama Canal on invitation of Panama. I don't know if that's true. I have to follow that down. That's why I didn't talk about it yet. Yes, the U.S. could place sanctions on China and they'd be justified. Megan Choi what? Exactly where you are. Oh, I can answer Megan Choi's answer. I'm on planet Earth, Megan. It's located in the solar system with other planets like Venus, Mars, Mercury, Pluto. Yeah, that's not a Kuiper Belt object. That's a planet. Uranus, Neptune. Yeah, it's in the solar system located in the Milky Way galaxy. That's where I'm at. Yeah. All right, see you later. Prime more. Sanctions only work that well. That's not true, Pablo Charlie. Who's the most respected rank in the military? I don't know how to answer that question. It depends who you talk to. Miguel Fundavest, listen, I've given my opinion of J.D. Vance over and over and over again. My opinion has changed in a positive fashion towards him, but it wasn't very high initially. He became famous because leftists liked his book, which insulted white people. Join late. You reported in American Preacher. I did report. Thank you for the 35 Rand friend song. I did report on that. What do you mean YouTube? Google, go visit China. They've got operations there. Of course they're there. Oh, brother Charlie's going to get a spanking. Hey, Charles, how's it going? You're welcome there, Rudolph Bling. Well, speaking of South Africa, I've got to go now. 634 likes and some good super chat money. Super chat revenue. Cessation. That's not you're talking about secession. Okay. All right, guys. Be sure to hit the like button before you go. Catch you later on, okay? Cheers.